Why, hello there. Oh, you can't even really hear the game. Here I was worried it was going to be too loud. Hello, and welcome to an exciting evening of Ariana playing a dating sim. It has been a long time since we have done that. So, let's see. Start of the second sleeve of your sweater. Nice, sister. Very cool. It's looking really good, so I'm excited to see the final product. Okay, so yeah, so Arcade Spirits is one that has been in my queue for like 5 years, I guess, because it came out in 2019. So yeah, I'm super stoked. It is, let me read the, I'm sure they'll give us something, but let me just read the, come on, man. I want to read the description. Why is this being so difficult? Let's see. Store page. Okay. Oh, no. Arcade Spirits is a romantic visual novel that follows an alternative timeline where the 1983 video game crash never occurred. It's 20XX, so 2020, and you've just started a new job at the Funplex Game Arcade. Who will you meet along the way? Will you find the romance you're seeking? Ooh-wee. So yeah. It's apparently very good, so I'm excited to be playing. So let's just fucking jump in. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. New profile 237771. Economic bracket. Lower middle employment. I mean, Jesus. Category. Bleak. Jesus Christ. Oh, fine. Current emotional health rating. Low. Okay. I don't need this game. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Negative. Premium level assistance re-requested. Proceed. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Pretty please? Negative. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services for profile 237771. Justification. Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Oh, please don't. Okay. Ari Cater. I like that. That is fun. Okay, let's see. Pronouns she. Let's see, let's start. Skin tone. Pale. Pale. Good. Let's see, what else? Medium. I'll go medium, sure. Color. Okay, I will go through the selections slowly so that they don't fucking lose their fucking minds. Whoa. Let's go with that, sure. Let's go. Yes. Perfect. Yep, this is me. Just making sure I'm like, okay. Is this correct? Yeah, that's correct. Premium level assistance for profile 23777 23771. 23771. Oh, Ari Cater has been activated for the sake of her hopes and her dreams. Ari, it's fate. following is a work of fiction. All references to trademarked classic arcade game titles are used under nominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement. Okay, we read it. It's fine. For those of you who don't know, was how games used to be started. Level 1. Put your quarter up. I don't know if this is click or not, but I'm just gonna sit here. Oh no. It is future year 2020, I guess. 20XX. A dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister, I don't know. Robots? Maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date, I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, and lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in. Kitties peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Behold my quaint little apartment. Okay. Player character is super, like, low-key edgelord, and I'm just putting that out there. Behold my quaint little apartment. Can't complain, really. It's paradise in relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Or at least, I was before today. Apparently, is Juniper my roomie? Can you guys hear the audio, by the way? Because she did just speak, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear her. Hey, listen. That's cute. Voice volume. Hey, listen. Okay, yes, I think you can hear it. Just want to make sure that's louder than the rest of it, because the rest of it I wanted to make sure is down, because it was a lot. Okay. Yeah, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I love that this is voice acted. Ugh. The horrified looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend Juniper. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like, you know, today. You have not missed any dating prospects, gay or otherwise. Hotchkiss. Also, thank you for being subbed for 22 months. Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job. Why is she not speaking? I just thanked you for speaking, Juniper. Juniper. More than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks, at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean, the community center literally fell apart. The pool wouldn't hold water anymore. Whatever. I'll just get another job. Any job will do, as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were, coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that?
What did we move away from?
We both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right?
Juniper, what do you do? I am very curious.
Happy. Both of us.
I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting. This is about you. My mind's made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream?
Well, I'm standing in front of class to give a speech and forgot to put my pants on. And
Your dream job?
oh, I don't know, Juniper. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I got it.
Oh, hey! I think I've got just the thing to help you out.
Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon.
It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free, too. My cousin introduced it to me.
Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making the homemade flamethrower? Doing the Lord's work, you mean? Come on, Ari, don't be so judgy.
It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun, right? Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh?
Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess.
At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs, ones with less socks and or urine.
And I'll think about it.
Okay, but don't think too long, right?
Oh yeah, that's me. Whew. In the end, I installed the app. I couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying. I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over me too. Over my life too, whatever. Both of us had it rough up to and through the point where we left home and tried to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart. She means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life. The two of us against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled, nope. Okay, I'm feeling it there, Ari. Typically the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So, the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right. I don't know, you didn't seem to believe that. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. Oh, that sounds lovely. By the time morning light leaked through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she'd left a note for me pinned to the tiny fridge we shared.
Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you.
So, moment of truth. Do I trust Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? I say give the weird little app a shot. It seems only the least we can do for our best friend. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help find me a job, I loaded up and tapped the icon, and...
Hello!
Oh, hello. Huh? Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me? I went, huh? I'm sorry, it must have been a, huh. There we go, I'm sorry. Also, not one of those new kind of 3D screens, so, you know, not actually magical. Also, it's one of those new 3D screens, so, you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future year of 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
You're welcome, Iris.
This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need the music to be quieter. There we go. Okay.
Did you know
know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
I did indeed know that.
Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
That's a good question, Iris. Yes.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
Why the fuck not?
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
Okie dokie. Pretty tall order for an app to do. Or are you some kind of wish-granting genie? Well, I suppose that in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant. Virtual assistant could be considered kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you can do with it? Ugh, I cannot read today. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books on the other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of. Honest.
Hooray!
That's super! I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions?
This sounds like it's burning down our remaining rainforest as it speaks. It really does. Sure, why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already had a voice-activated assistant AI. I can just say, hey phone, search the web for job listings, and it'd work just as well.
Ah, but I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending, super-duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more?
Sure, give me the sales pitch.
Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way, you can be a sort of person you want to be. This system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your responses to people: quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically.
Oh, wow. Call me basic? Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y.
That's correct. My branding game is on point. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just the thing for picking up some spirits, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground. But that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. It also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected within your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you.
So what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy. Oh, and never speak basically. I mean, being basic's bad, right? Sounds bad. My voice went away.
No, they're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you might say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Now let's see. My patent-pending identity identifier system is in action. How do you feel about dad jokes. Hi jokes, I'm dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them. So, hold on. Oh my god, stop auto backupping OneDrive, I swear to god. So, now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way, it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you. Yes, hide the indicators. What will be, will be. Okay, sirrah, sirrah. So mysterious. Okay, I'll hide them for you. You'll always be able to spot basically responses, though. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now. Will you look at that? Such a strong personality. Because I've answered one thing. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or Chivos as the kids say, encourage app engagement. Chivos. Okay, well, let's hit the empty space on the left. Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Relationship scores. Wonderful. So, will you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? Ari, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them. And it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise that if you bungle a few social encounters, you won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed. Just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime with the Q key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of your screen. And that's everything. Ta-da! Okay, but how is any of that supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
Cool. You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance? Seriously? Seriously, often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating, well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kind of awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Okay, let's see. Okay, sure, I'm open to possibility if I meet anyone nice, romance with flirty first impressions. Let's stay focused. I'll play it cool on day one at least. No, romance without flirty impressions. No, I'm just not interested in romance, Iris. I don't know what I'm supposed to choose, if I'm being honest here. Chat, help me. I don't want to make a decision. Then she probably shouldn't have chosen the fucking choose your own ending game. shit. Let's just go the middle. Right now, I'd rather focus on finding a career. Any sweet lovin' can come later if I feel like it. That's fine. I'm sure you can get to know people better. I'm sure as you get to know people better, romance will eventually bloom. Or not. It's up to you, really. Now, let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm going to wake up in a bathtub of ice, missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor.
Bad command or file name?
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Analyzing. So, do I just stand here, or...
Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those. Please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly. You want to look your best. But we just... How? Okay. How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now, get a move on. Tut tut. You need to catch this 8:20 bus, and that's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runway train. Nobody says runaway train, rather. Runway train. Good job, Ariana. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. Nintendo Fan 4th Reverb pops into existence. Hello. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option I could do. I'm gonna commit hard to Iris, okay? A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop a bus to meet up with what were very likely men with very sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. Okay, RA seems to only think that there are kidneys in the black market. Anyway. But me, I was already getting dressed before she finished that sentence. It's not that I believed the silly app's claims that serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe shop job at best. But, well, it'll be worth a laugh at the very least. I chose to trust in the science. What is my dream anyway? What the hell? Let's do it. Like I always say, go with the flow. I'm gonna say, what is my dream anyway? As much as I genuinely enjoyed being a lifeguard, I can't say I found true direction in life yet. I assumed I never would, honestly. When I was young, yeah, I guess I had hopes, I had dreams, maybe even what Iris calls a spirit. After things went south for my family, I learned to put all that aside, but assuming Iris wasn't out for my kidneys, what the fuck, Ari? You have fucking problems. I don't know who I'm gonna romance because I don't know who's in the game. I'm going in blind. What if it's not too late? So I thought, one last time, I'll have some optimism, some faith. As I came to realize weeks later, turns out, I was right to have faith in my spirit. Are you very sure Iris isn't out for our kidneys, though? I mean, you know, Ari keeps bringing it up, so maybe Iris is out for our kidney? Oh, it's gotta be one of these for rent office spaces, right? Jesus Christ, this place is falling apart. All right. Huh, I love it. Whole story.
The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XX, places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many themselves into a tight a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story. I love it. I love it. I love it. An arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey, listen.
I swear to God. I will not put up with fucking hey listens. What do you think? I think that's two things no human should ever combine. I'm sorry, have you never heard of a coffee enema? Come on, Ari.
No, I mean about your future place of work.
I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Sorry. My little ponytail my top knot is being, like, pushed, and it's... Oh, there we go, that's a little bit better. Which of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or... You don't know anything about oral hygiene? You should know at least a little something. Or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook.
The one in the middle, silly.
What, behind the arcade? There's also a law office there. I mean, you... Oh, there... Could be the loan office. Let's go to the loan office. Or the barber shop. Boring clothes store. Delightfully dull. That sounds fun.
It is the arcade.
Huh?
Trust me on this. I reference and cross-reference...
I can speak.
Trust me on this. I reference and cross-reference and cross-reference your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job.
My dream job. Really.
99.97%.
With 99.7% accuracy, yes.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, five-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, TM, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1908X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. God, who would have wanted that? If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it had ruined video games for years. Yes, this is an AU where the 80s game crash never happened. Yes. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. I know we joke about it now, but really the crash really was a big thing from, oh, it absolutely was a huge thing. It was. It genuinely, yeah. It tanked whole industries. It honestly it definitely set back the gaming industry probably. Who knows where we'd be. But you know, we persevered, right? Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure?
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, 15 years. That could be true to me as well. Shit. Anyway. Huh. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. When did I stop going to them? Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
Sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I opened my mouth to protest and then closed it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. And besides, what is my dream anyway? And that's what I was asking myself when I left the house this morning. I don't know what I want from life, and I've been coasting aimlessly for years. When things started running downhill for my family, I had to grow up fast. Put aside silliness like wanting to be an astronaut and take what I could get. Now, thanks to Iris, I've got a shot at taking something a little better than what I usually get. I can read. I owe it to myself to try and be happy and paid. Not happy and paid, not just paid. So I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Oh, that soundscape. The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. Sounds right. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers, although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat! Job hunting in this economy, right? Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here, and from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing, a Japanese import? Oh, yeah, that's a DDR machine. Come on. Come on, kid.
My sources say yes.
Checking. That would be a Showtime stage, collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris... Oh, that's a terrible name. And Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat 'em up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. Two genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here,
is an old lady. Sorry, ma'am. I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
I love you. The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
Literally just submitted a job application while watching stream. Cool. Good vibes coming at you. Funplex, is that when you suplex a clown? Do you need my phone set up a job interview for me? I'm going with that one. A magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone told me to come here to find my dream job.
Hello.
Hello, I'm a magical space fairy, apparently. Half expected her to send me packing. Pretty impulsive of me to just talk about Iris like that, but she took it in stride.
My, oh my.
Oh, hello, my. What they can do with technology these days. I really do marvel at that. What amazing things young people have in 20...
Because apparently that's what it is. So imagine that my mouth is doing the thing from Scott Pilgrim.
Although I'd simply love to take the sledgehammer to those blasted game consoles that eat at my bottom line.
She said with such a kind-hearted and warm smile.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it?
I do get it, ma'am.
Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear, departed husband.
I'm not gonna say anything. I fucking love her outfit. By the way, I'm really just now looking at it in its entirety. I love her Pac-Man earring with the cherry earrings on the other side. This necklace is just delightful. I can feel this sweater. It looks fantastic. Oh no, this has got to be like a vest over a fucking blouse. Oh my god. Oh, yes, ma'am, please. Okay. Whew.
Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Are you sad he died peacefully? Nope. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
I love you, Francine. That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are? Ari Cater, ma'am.
Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it?
Yeah, how about that? How do you deal with the constant noise anyway?
Oh, eventually just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and the boops.
Yeah, true.
It can take weeks to become acclimated, I've found, but in the end...
Done. She quirks an eyebrow.
Well now, that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please.
Francine leads me down back hallway, past public restrooms. Penguin there, baby! Why do I like that? I do, I like that. Into a door marked employees only. Takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. No, this is the employees' place only. That's it. That's what it means.
Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin.
As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for 12 jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is I'm confident, prepared, ready. Cocky is what I'm gonna say.
If you were a dinosaur,
Stegosaurus.
what dinosaur would you be?
Oh, I'm sorry. Ari apparently has a question about that. I have the direct answer, but whatever. What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Right. Okay, maybe this would be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. None of these! None of these! I had an immediate response. Stegosaurus. None of these are close to Stegosaurus. All wrong. I like her bag, though. Brontosaurus. Big dude enjoys salad. I always like Brontosauruses. If you're gonna go dino, go big or go home. I'm not really a brutal meat eater.
Indeed. Nothing says self-starting go-getter looking for a dynamic job position quite like a 16-ton slow-moving lump of meat.
Great. Maybe I should have gone with raptor. Everybody likes raptors.
What's your favorite snack?
I'm not going to get my hopes up before they give me the options. Snack? If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos, but snacks.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Pizza bagels! Say pizza bagels! When pizza's on a bagel, you can have... Hush, you. Come now, dear. I don't have all day.
After giving it good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? Tasty apple. Tacos are also my favorite snack. Tacos and only tacos. There's no other substance.
I can see you are a person that knows exactly what they want. And how to get it. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Next question.
Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
I'm not going to get my hopes up. I have a question answer for this as well. God damn. Your answers are very Mae Borowski coded. You are not wrong. Is this interview for real or is this a dream? I look into the Francine's deadpan expression. I know she's 130% serious. Shit. Of these two, because I'm not gonna say I'd probably get eaten on day one, because I'd make it a little ways, and then I'd get like really tired, maybe like a couple of years in, and I'd be like, nope, I'm done. Shit. Engineering, I can make stuff. Medical, hey, no lawyers left to sue for malpractice. Engineering, I can make stuff. I'm essentially MacGyver. I can make anything out of a string and a match and a screwdriver. Especially if what you want is a screwdriver wrapped in a burning string. Sorry.
Good. We'll need someone to build makeshift defenses and think quickly in case we get surrounded. An inventive brain is always a critical role in any survival. One more thing.
Why are you here?
The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it actually takes me off guard. I told you, the magical space fairy in my phone sent me here to find a job.
You're seeking a job, true? But that doesn't really answer my question, does it?
Yes, it does. You just noticed Francine's earrings. They are my favorite part of the outfit.
No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks.
I swear I know this voice actress.
Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than a vague hope that maybe this time I wouldn't lose everything. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. Okay, fine. But that's just enough motivation to face each day. No more than that. Wouldn't be enough to answer her question. Needed to actually think this through. It's a funplex, a plex of fun, and I like fun. To be honest, I don't know yet. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. If I don't dare to take risks, I'll be stuck. I'm gonna go with this one. I understand I'm not whining. I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I feel personally attacked right now, and I don't care for it. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but, well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here, looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your funplex. That perks her attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation, that. And an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life, even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. When I saw confused silence, my mind went to Home Improvement and Tim Allen confused grunt. I had to voice that Nintendo 4th Reaver. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask what duties of this mysterious job I'd accepted really involved. You also didn't ask how much money. Are there any, oh god, I lost the word. Benefits? You know, health insurance? Dental? Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to a new position, Ari. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. A glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear. He
just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle the paperwork and all that administrative nonsense.
Oh, hello, Raiders. Welcome. We're admiring, my future, apparently what I want to be now, because... Oh, I just saw the bracelet. I am just now seeing the bracelet. Ugh!
Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out, so I'll be in the back office if you need me.
Okay, then. I adjusted my seat on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. Could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than a diner dishwasher, but chose to look at it on the positive side. Yeah, the positive side. You're not washing dishes, so you're not getting pruny hands. I've done that job. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Hello, Raiders. Welcome. I know I already said it, but I feel like I didn't actually give any attention, so... Thank you for the raid. Any minute now. I crave the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and nobody's walked up to obtain novelty Funplex shot glass or a colored pencil set or a light up yo-yo. I'm sorry, there are light up yo-yos there? You should be playing with one. Way to not take advantage of this job. Lunchtime's approaching, and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I could start wondering if those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Hello. Or maybe not. Nope, just walking right on by me with his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, he's a snappy dresser. Seems a cool dude. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's sharp like linoleum knife. A linoleum knife? In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? I am Francine. I had some work done. Oh, why, I am Francine, dear. The wonders of plastic surgery.
I think not.
Oh, now. Kidding. I'm Ari. She's hired me to work the desk. I'm her grandson's replacement. He doesn't look pleased with me jerking him around like that, but nods in satisfaction anyway.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have worked the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So, she explained the job to you? Gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me.
I assumed.
I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure you manage to keep
He's pretty.
business rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right. So, as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes. But that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that? You're the floor attendant, too. You attend to the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor. The arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires or sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later. But we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner at least. If things go south, you can tap me for advice or advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number's listed at the bottom. I am just now seeing the rip in his pants. You ever work a high pressure customer service job before? Sir, I get yelled at and sworn at on a daily basis. Shoe sales. Smelly socks. You have no idea. Right, well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi, in that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Understood? Stress feeds me, it makes me strong. This is my first pony ride, you can rely on me. I'm gonna go with this one. I eat stress and crap solutions. Don't worry, I can manage the floor while you manage the business just fine.
Doubtful.
That remains to be seen. Last guy sitting on that stool was a slacker and an idiot. And even though he was family, Francine dropped him like a bad habit.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly.
They really took the time to, like, define those pecs, and Jesus. Sorry, I'm fine.
I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Yes, I hope to also, Nintendo Fan 43ver brought up in the chat, fun thing, I've been meaning to play this game and its sequel. There is a sequel, yep, it's, New Challengers, is that the, let me see. Yes, the New Challengers. I am hopefully going to play that after this one. So, which, by the way, everybody, Arcade Spirits is on sale on Steam for 99 cents, only for the next 2 days. So, go get it. And I believe that the sequel is on sale for 6 something. So, of course, we're in an ad break as I say that, but I'm gonna wait. I'll just drink my water. Oh, you guys are back from the ad break. So as I was saying, as I was rudely interrupted, this game is currently on sale for 99 cents on Steam. I highly recommend taking advantage of that. And the sequel is on sale for, I want to say, $6 and something. 6 something. You know what? Oops. Hold on. Come on, man. Sorry. For $6.59, 67% off. Anyway, returning to Gavin. Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm Kurt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job.
Fun fact, according to Nintendo Fan 43ver, Gavin's voice, Augie Banks, I recognize as OG Claude in Monster High G1. He's also Scooter in 2018 Muppet Babies. Delightful.
Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, or you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
No problem at all. I'm a model employee. You won't have any issues with me. I'm a solid worker. Gavin nods, satisfied.
Thank you.
I suppose that's a good starting point. We can build from there. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around? That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. Good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door there. The one next to the UFO catcher. The crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads to the back, presumably to the office, to crunch some numbers. Francine's really taking a nap back there. Hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned. Although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. Double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. Turn the handle and step inside. Swear to God, we're gonna find Ryan, what's her name? Kilpatrick? You know, redhead from Deadly Device. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. Yeah, Gummy Bear Lady. Oh god, yep, she's Gummy Bear Lady. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh, didn't realize it had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place, and the lingering smell of melting metals fills the air in the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me? For lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or something, or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. Ah! Hello?
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
I do. She said, with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Ari Cater. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops.
She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. I didn't notice her now. She's totally focused on the task at hand. I just assume retro. Jesus Christ. I'm not even entertaining that second option. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first noticed is her smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's getting my paperwork. He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Oh, right. Sure. She helps me lift large... Cathode? Cathode? I don't know this one. Ray 2, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple of large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. It's my first time seeing the guts of the game. I'll admit I don't know much of anything about how arcade games tick. I figured it was packed full of circuits and things. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks. It could be packed tighter, like a bar top or a cocktail cab. I'd say uprights favor form over functionality.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down. But I prefer American style. Ours have more room for their art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the key ring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile. Not just a job well done, but looking at the whole thing like it's a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Ooh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold front of the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the what work? What artwork? She's the current English Sailor Moon voice. Nice. With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wooden circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or on a game console instead, it's just made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. The same reason, like, I could never get into, like, the home versions of, like, DDR. Because it's like, you know, I want to be in, I want to have that metal bar behind me. I want to have, like, the lighting all around. I get it, absolutely. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny. Finally! So people really understand the beauty of classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong. I can get along with him generally, but his whole attitude just, ugh.
Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anybody's gonna ruin the Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable.
That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that the new gal really shouldn't get involved with. And yet I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. I'm not sure I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. Let her keep talking.
Ugh, I just get so mad thinking about what evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up. No, not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right of me to dump all this in workplace gossip right on the head of the newbie. You seem like a good person. If you love arcade games like I do. Great. Let's get back to work, shall we? Now, for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of gal. Well, a strong gal at least. Well, you're a gal. That's enough.
I'm semi-insulted then?
Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. My left, you're right. Careful. Now, forward, right, correct. I mean, not turn to the right. Keep it coming, and there. Carefully, tip into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again. Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, but I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback. But thanks for helping me out, Ari. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to right. Stomach growling. Food required. Except, I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
You have pizza on a bagel.
Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had a pizza on a bagel, shh.
Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but...
Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo Wub Sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, I know. Wait right here.
And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole.
Lunchtime! Here you go.
She presses the box lunch into my hands.
It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things.
Wait, you're giving me your lunch?
Sure, why not?
And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What'll you have for lunch then?
Oh, I could just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit this whole story next door. I've got a booked delivery to pick up anyway.
But you said eating it healthy was important?
See ya.
See you after lunch.
I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for these games and shows it. And giving me her lunch? Me, a total stranger? That's a kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, a bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories, too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. Tissues! The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. Ah! No, no, ma'am. Incoherent screaming? Coherent screaming. Await death. I'm gonna go with incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from vision of terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Waking nightmare. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. Ah, right. I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
I have never had a good relationship with an Ashley. I'm gonna be fully honest with you here, babe. And I'm Ari.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today? This morning, to be specific?
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right on up to the employees only door. But how did you get the door's code?
Ooh.
Of course. You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch that secret key code just to find me.
It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. Ashley's got quite the imagination, all right. Is that how I come across people? As a creepy trespasser? The way she just takes an idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find that weird. But I kind of dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. I'm going to take a stab and say fanfic.
And how would you have snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped, but for a price.
Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple of minutes. Oops.
Sometimes I get swept away in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting.
Is it really that dull here?
No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children, and broken machines.
You aren't really painting the best picture here.
Ah, geez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got to accomplish things, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make.
Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up as she smiles.
Yeah, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are.
Empowering? Really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Definitely. You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want.
In fact, I need this one. I think Ashley's pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So, Pinky is your first creation? Intentionally?
Yep. It looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it?
I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally, if I get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. You're digging on craftsmanship of costumes.
Aw, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games. And the kids seem to adore it.
That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by.
Hey, secret between you and me?
Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and then talks to me in a hushed tone.
I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off.
Huh. Limbs falling off seems bad.
Oh, it was. Yesterday, I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to Showtime stage when she tugged my arm and whoosh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey now. I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? You're Carl's replacement?
I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend the floor. The floor is the thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest.
At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure.
I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud.
I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet?
Yeah, I met them already. Although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other.
Right?
Maybe they just need to fuck. Yep, bet you that's it. Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh.
I wish they would hurry up and make out already.
Okay, Ashley and I are best friends. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So are they going out?
Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. It's classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Ari.
Okay, everybody's saying mark my words an awful lot. Consider them marked.
Beep beep.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep, Ari. What's that sound?
Rat. Set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. Didn't even get a chance to eat.
No.
That's no good. Ari needs her calories. You eat up. I'll go wash the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit.
Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears in the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice, the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art. Ashley's got a lot going on in that head of hers. Just don't understand it at all. I'm going with that one. The way Ashley's whole expression changed when she talks about things she's passionate about just warms my heart. Her beaming energy just lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about... Ariana, do you speak English? I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, the late-rising pros are heading out to their arcade of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers. Good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation is going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on. No time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to all of them, but which do I tackle first? An irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, someone cursing up a storm at Fist of Discomfort. Okay, Ariana. A loud crowd around Showtime stage. Let's start at the start. I love a good irate customer. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Come on! Hurry the fuck up and finish your game! You, do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Ari, floor attendant. Stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this something to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece of shit off this game and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring I ought to hear the fat piece of shit side of the story before rushing to judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's just like, Lumberjack Dad from Dream Daddies. And he doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again. Twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up at the game's marquee. Thank you, Naomi, which simply reads, Moopy! You know the game's full name? Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. A bit terse, as he's laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or, as this other guy would probably put it, holy shit, that's a bitch of a high score. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Excuse me. Right. Sir, can you please wrap up your game? No. I'm keeping a good pace here. Plenty of lives stocked on par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow, the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in his British... Oh, okay, got it. British accent, like I'm watching some documentary program on the BBC. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play the games too. He finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dues slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. I have never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dudes rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. Fortunately, Iris has already has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I'd key in. Customer wants to buy Moopy for $3K? What do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it plus parts, yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make 15-fold profit? It also feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of grasp on the real cost of old arcade machines. I knew all this workplace drama was going to catch up to me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision fast. I don't know why I said fast. Fuck, what do I do? Oh, this is legitimately stressful. I mean, my boss says go ahead, do it. Game was $200, but I'm not sure we should sell. It's an older game and actually only costs about $200, but, well, it's part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest at not getting his way, but he's smiling. You're right. This is Mr. Moopy's home, after all. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you keep it here. And in return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way, I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. Hate to break up the loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flay me for passing up $2,000. Good. I hate to make Naomi cry. How could I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring it that he exists. What the fuck, man? What kind of arcade does this? Anyway, fuck this. I'm going to Deco's Palace. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
That's definitely a voice, dude. As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing, eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Seems to care more about more than just his game. Splashing around in cash, aren't we, Mr. Moneybags? I'd half expect him to be wearing a top hat and a monocle, always passing go and collecting $200, always scooping up Broadway and Park Place. Well, given his accent, probably collecting 200 pounds and scooping up Park Lane and Mayfair. Sure, he let us keep Mr. Moopy, but buying exclusive access? That's a bit weird, isn't it? He's definitely a bit older than me, definitely a bit heavier and, not a great first impression, sorry. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, R.E. Cater, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a Moopy cabinet once. Had it in my flat, but playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
And the beeps and boops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions, the laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
Naomi gets that. She keeps Moopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high score. I'm not going to do the voice. I'm not going to do the accent, I don't think. At least not yet. What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy has been standing here since I was working the morning shift, hours and hours. He's still only about 720k into his game. Can't imagine him being anything but top health conditions to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made of carbon fiber and bladder of tungsten. I'll just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. He also may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions, they burn like fire. How's it he can afford this game? So you're gonna get your Moopy dipped in gold? If it was me tossing around green like that, I'd have my game coated in solid gold and encrusted with diamonds. Amusing, but gold's a bit heavy, isn't it? It'd break through the floor. But, you know, it'd be shiny, right? Right? Eh?
Don't think so.
Certainly, but I don't throw around money to impress people. Wouldn't want to make my game that ostentatious. It's a bit much, yes? Money removes obstacles. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a tool like any other. I do day trading. Of course you do. Stocks and bonds. It's really nothing interesting, I'm afraid. I care more for Moopy than as a whole. Right. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing. Be seeing you, Miss Cater. Yet another weird encounter in a string of weird encounters. What a weirdo. I'm not entirely sure yet what to make of him. Just a rich creep with a heart of gold. There's more going on there than I initially thought. I should be careful about not letting first impressions be lasting ones. Let's see what to handle next. Let's go to That one. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me about it earlier today while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. One year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down the top and bottom lanes, clearing waves of ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchased items, and ninja summons. FOD is sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way the different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling it down to a rich game of action and strategy played the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with the loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these are words that...
What the
What in the actual fuck was that? No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be fucking me. There's no fucking way that is even plausible. Those hitboxes don't even fucking connect. Been there. Fuck this game. Fuck it all night long. Get wrecked. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. I saved up a little something extra special for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for hard. Oh, hey. Did I forget to mention that I bought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Whoops, might be... Wait, what? You haven't been farming? How could XP share technique with creep waves? Take this! 5-fold fucking explosive death claw technique. What? How did you defeat me? I think she literally just said it. She literally just said how she defeated you. No! Rando Calrissian. I am just now seeing Rando Calrissian. Okay.
Oh, GG.
Oh, GG fodder.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see the bee in there. Got the honeycombs. My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realize I've been standing here watching intently during that whole exchange. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was the arcade game and the wreck was that guy's face.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Seeing as I don't even know how to begin to start even considering how to respond to her question, I ought to take a moment to collect my thoughts. From what I've somehow gathered, she goes by Queen Bee. That jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team, and she's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. And that's saying a lot considering who I've run into so far. She'd be fun to hang out with, no doubt. With that level of excitement always gushing out, I can only imagine how much enjoyment she gets out of life. What can I say? People love winning, and it seems like she wins a lot. At least between bursts of... What did Iris call it? Saltiness?
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy.
She snaps her fingers to grab my attention.
Are you gonna quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
From what I've seen, I know I couldn't best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive player in this game. Nope. No, thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
I'm actually pretending to work here. Shh. Oh, it's all just a front. I wandered around the floor to, you know, pick up drop tickets in hopes of getting one of those giant stuffed flamingos behind the prize counter. I know, right? If I was good at those ticket games as I am at FOD, I'd have a flock of I'd have like a flock of giant pink flamingos. Maybe I'd even give you one. Maybe.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I'm Ari. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. It might take them time to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where name tags are forged in a vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks? No problem. We gamers gotta stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
I figured that when you put your arms over your head, cheered, and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee."
Hey, I do not sound like that.
No, you definitely had more of an attitude.
Well, maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Pear, and Teo. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, now she's even making my job into a competition. Or now she's even making my job into a competition. I hope there's not a betting pool too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You are so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. Sure. I'd like to learn more. Well, it's part of my job to know more about all about the games here. And if Queen Bee is going to give me some insight on the culture around this game, I should take advantage of that. Lead me further in the dark abyss, my mistress.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the Fist of Discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, I see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. That webcam there, it broadcasts to my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. It costs a bit to put everything all together, and it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning. But after doing this here for a couple years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on camera is damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. There's so much to miss out on sitting on by your lonesome on the console version of FOD. The crowds, the wicked trash talk, the community. Wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Are we live right now?
No way.
Fuck no, that was part of my warm-up matches. I've got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in fodder. As in, chum. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Losers. I got the idea, yes. Queen Bee sees something out of the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging near the Street Fighter cabinet. Ah, my crew's starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep, beep. What the?
Fuck, I gotta go live in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, right? Sure, one thing, can you keep the swearing down a little, at least a little? We've got kids running around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? Meh. But for you, I'll keep you to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need to kick.
Later.
And with a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her Fist of Discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcast rig and the shouting and milder swearing start up again. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the stream. Passion seems to run deep in this arcade. Everybody's spirit burning with passion for various things, but hey, passion's passion. She seems to like me, which will make my job easier in the long run. There's a huge FOD community in this arcade, despite being a tiny strip mall joint. Good to know. Let's see what to handle next. Literally the only thing left, and I'm gonna assume that that's Teo. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was completely in utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite the crowd that's assembling. Like, larger than Queen Bee's team was, rowdier too. This has to be against some kind of fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Those don't apply in arcades, okay? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Euro pop drifts. It's an auditory flashback to the 1981. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. Pulsating mass of people have surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden behind the colored spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever, Ari? I had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning against the back wall. Did you see that, Teo? I got my first AA on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it did. You're doing great. I remember last month you couldn't even pass that song. Totes impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing, and one day, maybe I'll even surpass you. Hey, I hope you do. And when you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. As the next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from Showtime stage. Feel my head bobbing and foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song. Can you blame me? I'm getting really into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
I swear to God. He reminds me, he weirdly reminds me of my friend who played DDR. How about you? Want to take the spotlight? Sure, I can learn as I go. Let's dance. Back when I was stomping around on the dance mat games as a kid, they had arrows. I'm not sure I even know how to play this one, but it has caught my curiosity. From the previous observed conversation, this guy seems to know the ins and outs of this weird dancing game and is keen to teach. Before I commit to getting down with my bad self, I think I should know a little more about exactly what that entails. Plus, I'm used to playing these games solo. Less chance of stomping on someone else's foot that way. It is a valid point. However, how could I resist to ask a gal such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked over.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
My name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
The best! Boogie Woogie Rando. Greatest guy here! He's sort of like our leader, yeah?
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you. I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play.
Yeah, he definitely reminds me of my friend who played.
We're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang. So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
Teo outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Go for it. I couldn't care less that I'm supposed to be working. As a kid, I remember stomping around on the dance mats. Why not try out 20? It's a hottest dance game. Oops. Even if I technically don't know how to play it yet. Without thought, I take his hand. Let's do this. As I'm about to step, an ominous shiver crawls down my spine. I glance over and spot Ashley standing behind the ticket counter. I know I can't see her face behind the mask, but I can totally sense she's glaring daggers my way. It's creeping me out. On second thought, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I am the new floor attendant, Ari. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He was actually pretty good at Showtime stage, now that I think about it. He's out. I'm in. He's currently year 0 of... it's currently year 0 of the floor attendant Ari regime.
Hello there.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Ari. I hope we can get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True, most of the time during these meetups, I tend to let everyone else play. I go around and make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? Teo shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it? We need to seriously talk about crowd sizes. I know you're having a ball over here, but this crowd is blocking the emergency exit. By law, we have to keep a path present. Can't just let it slide just this once? For me? Nope. If I let it happen once, then it's going to happen all the time. I get it, though. Your crew's passionate about this game, and that's a good thing. But a stampede on my first day at work would be bad for everyone involved. Could you imagine the headlines? Local arcade's floor attendant trampled on first day, blood everywhere. Very true. I don't want to be checking my social media tomorrow and click the link to your obituary. We totes can't have that. I got this. Luckily, the song that was playing just finished. Whatever. Teo jumps up on the stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen! We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Oh man, but why? I like my spot! Hey now, you know the deal. We have to be cool about fire safety. It's Ari's first day, so let's show her some respect. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great! Now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. Guess I've had worse reputations in my lifetime. Like that one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Ari's just doing her job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself in a semi-orderly fashion. As everyone settles into a safer way of watching the game, Teo jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I nod, genuinely impressed with how Teo can capture his community's attention. They listen to him and have the utmost respect for him. Yeah, actually, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Ari has spoken. I start to walk away ready for my next venture when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade and make a new friend. I say that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually, we're a few hours from closing time, so my work here isn't quite done, but you know. I'm so at peace, in fact, that I don't even notice the underboss of the arcade sliding on up behind me. Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting proper group chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. A valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. Anyway, I've prepared your paperwork if you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. Francine hasn't fired her yet, right?
An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering.
Ari's getting off to a great start. Here's your first day, followed by many more.
Don't you two have jobs to attend to?
Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain.
Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers. I'm helping people with their problems. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all.
We've only got a few hours till closing, and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit?
Speak for yourself. I've still got paperwork to handle.
Oh, come on. Don't act like you don't game.
Irrelevant.
I know your dirty little secret.
What, Naomi?
You sneak in early each morning to play pinball.
You're a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form.
You know what we should do?
Impromptu pinball tourney. The girls are giggling and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
The looks of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me. And you know what? That's where we're gonna save it for today. And we will come back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we will get back to the fun. I'm enjoying this so far. I hope you guys are too. So fave character so far. Probably Queen Bee, if I'm being totally honest. She got that step on me mommy energy. I'm digging it. I can't say that I don't like any of the characters though. I feel like the only one that I've even been lukewarm on was Percy. I think it was Percy. And that's really just the aloofness. I feel like I just kind of get a little turned off on that one, but everyone else has been spectacular. And now I must resign for the evening because I've had a long day and I didn't get my nap. And I usually get a nap right after work and I didn't get it. So I'm going to go continue to drink coffee and still be tired. So good night all.